cold calling works, but it sucks. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Amy J, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the 5 things that I learned in my first year of real estate. Now, things got a little real. I found that I absolutely love this industry, but it is so frustrating at the same time. So, the top things that I learned my first year in real estate. Number one, leads are hard to come by. Now, I know everybody that I know has gotten into the real estate game. Like, I can do it, I can get leads. Leads are hard to come by. People who are actually ready to buy right now, people who are actually looking for somebody to help them sell right now, it's not impossible, but you have to go looking for them. And everybody's mindset is just like, it'll be easy for me. I'm different. I have this, I have that. But I got a wake up call. Leads are hard to come by. Number two, every brokerage does not have what you need. And I started off in one and then I ended up in a different one because I thought that I was going to just have everything that I needed there. I thought that I was going to be my best self in order to be successful in the industry. And what I learned is that I was in my first brokerage, I was in a place where there was no support. There was nobody. There was some support, but not anybody who I would see on a day-to-day basis. And just starting out, you need to be around that. You need to see people working, hear conversations. And I was in a place with a lot of like mean-spirited people, not mean people, but mean-spirited and kind of closed off, and people who were, I guess, afraid of the next person who came in instead of embracing everybody else. And I could have let that stop me, but I didn't. I pushed as far as I could in that brokerage, pretty much alone, until I realized that there are some brokerages who offer support, training, and all the things that you need to be your best self in your first year or couple of years in real estate. So every brokerage is not the same. So it was definitely a bad call for me to not interview as many of them as people were telling me to interview, because I thought that I had found the right one. Number three, and this one is big. Save, 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 because in real estate, the money comes so slow and it goes so fast. I mean, so fast. If you're dealing with somebody and just doing like a typical 30-day close, okay, you're not getting your commission for at least 30 days. And then you have to wait for your broker to cut the check and everything like that. So, it's a couple days after you're closing sometimes. It could be, right away. But my point is, you're not getting a commission check until you close that deal. So never count what you don't have already. That's like the biggest thing that I think I've learned, is never count what you don't have, because if a closing is supposed to be 30 days, it can get pushed to 45 days. It can get pushed to 60 days. There's so many things that can stop a deal or that can prolong a deal from actually closing. And then once you do close, you're thinking that you have a grand plan. I had such a grand plan to put my first commission check here and do that and pay taxes and blah, blah, blah. And then before I knew it, it was gone. It was gone. And I'm like, I didn't pay taxes. And then now that's something that that was something that had to happen from a different form of income. So anything that you get coming in, a percentage of it needs to be saved. And a percentage of it needs to go to the taxes that you have to pay for that, because as a real estate agent, you're paying your taxes. It's not coming out of any commission check or anything like that. So and then the rest of it, do as you will. But I definitely learned that the hard way, because in my mind I was going to do the right things, but reality hit me and that sucker went just like that. So number 4 is cold calling sucks. I learned that cold calling sucks. Now, I'm not saying that people haven't made it an art form. I'm not saying that some people aren't amazing at it. And I'm not saying that I can't do it. I'm saying that I have tried it. I have gone to the extent that I will go in cold calling. And I just realized that, you know what? I just hate the way I feel when I get off the phone. Even if I get an appointment, I just hate how much work I had to do to get it. Not saying I'm lazy and I don't want to do work, but I hate that feeling of how much I had to do, when I know in my mind that I'm better at a different source of getting a listing. You know what I mean? So that's something that I had to come to terms with. But you cannot get into real estate and say, I'm not going to cold call. You cannot do that. You can't say, I'm not going to door knock. You cannot do that. That might be the absolute best way that you get your business. And if you don't try it, then how are you possibly going to know that it's just not for you? So I gave it a shot because I thought that I was going to be the one to like hook all these people on the phone, and they would be like, all these for sale by owners would be like, absolutely, come on out, and all these people who withdrew their their listings and everything would just be like, you know what, you're different, why don't you come and do this for me? And yeah, it's just not that way. So cold calling works, but it sucks. It drains your energy unless you're just like knocking them all down. And whoever you are, you need to give me a call so I can, get some of that information that you must be holding on to. Anyway, my final thing that I learned my first year in real estate is to leverage your social media, because someone is always, always, always watching. So once I realized that, I'm just like, okay, so remember one of those ways I told you about getting listings other than cold calling or door knocking? What I learned is that I have a social media presence, and it's not huge. I'm only just growing, but I do believe that I'm on track to be able to grow my social media the way organically I feel like it should be for somebody that's putting themselves out there, or in sales at all. Anybody who has to get business coming in and draw people's attention and be knowledgeable, I feel like I'm on track to be able to grow my social media the way that I want, if I actually push forward and not procrastinate and actually do what it is that I'm supposed to do. So someone is always watching, and I've gotten business off of social media, and I feel like um, some professionals get on social media and they do the absolute most, and they're thinking it's just for fun, it's just for fun. But a lot of those people who probably would have come to you are now not, because they're like, what is it? You're not in line with who you are business wise. It's just two completely different people, and you're putting all kinds of crap online that people just don't want to see. So somebody is always watching. If you're gonna do crazy stuff that is not in line with who people think that you are, then have a completely separate page. My pages are more so lifestyle, so I do a little bit of work, family, personal, a whole lot of things like that together. And I learned to keep it professional, even if I'm doing personal things. You know what I mean? Because someone is always watching. Your neighbors are watching if they know that you're a real estate agent. Social media, people on social media are watching. People in your office are watching. Somebody, somewhere, always got their eye on you. So those are the things that I learned my first year in real estate. Let me know some of the things if you're in real estate, or if you started a new career out of the blue. Tell me some of the first things that you learned that were really crucial that you would like to pass on to somebody else down in the comments. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.